Line sponsor, Kristen Cooper, marketing partner with Monet, and I am so excited to be able to go through this with you today. It is so important that we have a plan going forward in order for us to reach our goals and be successful. And Monet has designed this Jumpstart workbook to help us do just that. So if you have not completed your Jumpstart workbook yet, I would recommend that you pull it out. It should have came in your welcome kit. If you don't have it yet, you do have access to our team drive, our Google Docs, and you can go in there and you can search workbook and it'll pop up to where you can print a copy and start working on it now. So do that now. Come back to this video if you have not done your Jumpstart workbook, and we're going to walk through it quickly together, and you can spend some time really going through it. The whole purpose of this Jumpstart workbook is that you can help provide information to your upline, as well as look deep inside yourself to figure out what it is that you are trying to accomplish with Monet, what your dreams, aspirations, and goals are, and why you're doing Monet. And that way we can work together to make sure you reach your goals. So as we walk through this, we're just going to walk through the sections here, and I'm going to briefly walk through it, but I want you to really spend some time going through this workbook and being very honest, 100% authentic, and make sure that you're not sure about and get to the root of what your answer would be. Now, the biggest thing in anything that you do is understanding your why. That's what's going to push you through the hard times. That's what's going to keep you energized, excited, and joyful about what you're doing. So I want you to go through this section here and just answer these questions and really explore what it is that you are wanting and why you're wanting it. And kind of explore outside of it. Like one of these here, you see what might you like to have or have more of in life. You know, we often don't take time to think about ourselves and what we really want. We just go through the rush of, I have to do this because, instead of, I want to do this because. So go through these questions, answer each of these questions so that you can uncover your why you're doing the things that you're doing, including Monet. And the nice thing about this is you can step back in any area in your life and answer these questions and get a little bit more clear on what you're trying to accomplish. And then you're going to move into step 2 here, and it says, rather than thinking broad, long term, think about small, more immediate needs that your business could potentially fulfill. Do you need your car fixed? Do you need extra money for clothing or shoes? Do you need a cell phone? So it's really going to ask you to explore things that you can use right now. So in order to begin making this a reality for you, what would you like to see on your next paycheck this month? So sit with your upline if you need to, walk over the bonus perks that you get as a Smart Start period and what's obtainable and reasonable for you to achieve within that first month. And then you want to expand your thoughts to something further out. So you want to start short term of what you want to make, and then you want to write down midterm goals that you would like to work towards. So what is it that you want to achieve in a mid-level, meaning as you go through the compensation, what is it that you want to achieve maybe in the next 3 to 6 months? What level? Is it a title that you want to achieve? Is it a certain amount of money that you want to achieve? Do you want to move from your current employment to subsidize your income to be able to move permanently into this? So you're going to go through and you're going to look into your midterm goals and share those answers with your upline sponsor. So we really want you to do this. Share it with your upline. It's a way that you can be successful long term. You could just take a copy of the workbook and send it over to your upline, or you can call them and go over this with them and say, I really want to go over this workbook information with you because I want to be successful. Giving that information to your upline is going to allow them the opportunity to make sure you meet your goals. So very, very, very important that you do this and that you share this with your upline. And then you're going to start exploring. So we may think initially that we don't have that many people that we could share this with, but as you start jogging your brain, you'll realize that there's a lot more potential with the people that you're around to talk and help. And that's the important thing too, is we're not trying to sell anybody. It's important that we remember that we're helping people. So how many people can I help this year? How many people that have diseases or have cancer or any other type of issue with their hair, how many of those people am I able to help build self-confidence and regain some self-worth of themselves based on their appearance? And go through this and just ask, how many people had more bad days than good days, and be very honest with this. It's just you that's going to see this part. And it's really funny when I sat down and did this, it really does jog your brain of some additional people that you can really help. Because again, the whole key here is that we're helping people. And then you're going to jot down all your connections. I actually personally, I keep in my phone a note section, and every time I think of someone new or I come in contact with someone that could be a connection, I put them in my phone. And that way later I can go in and I can add them to the contact manager that we have in our back end as well that we can use as a CRM. But that way I don't forget to reach out to somebody. So it's a good idea. You can write them down here, but you can also, as you're walking around and you remember, you can add them to your notes section as well. Then pick your dream team. So who do you want to be a market partner on your team? Now, we're going to spend a lot of time with our market partners, helping them grow. We really are going to be invested into their future and them reaching their goals. So it's important that you pick people that you want on your team, people that you're going to be able to help build up and accomplish many great things. Now, if there's somebody that you're talking to and you know that they're not going to be very driven or motivated in this business, it's a good idea that you sign them up as a VIP and not a market partner. You want to be very selective in who you choose as your market partner because they are people that you need to coach and that you need to help reach their goals. And if they're not coachable or if they really don't want to do this business, it's not a good idea for them to sign up. Then schedule your launch. Everybody's going to do a launch differently. You could do a wine and wash, or you can just schedule one-on-ones, or you can, announce on Facebook and let everyone know that you're in this business, and then go out and contact these people. But it's really important for you to sit down and see what aligns with what you're trying to do and what your brand is currently and who you are. Be 100% authentic and go at it that way. For me, I'm super big into health, into the all natural based products and not having chemicals. And so for me, it's really easy for me to see the benefit of making sure we're putting things on our body and in our body that are very good and enriching for you. And seeing that the scalp is one of the most absorbing organisms, it's really easy to have that conversation and explaining why it's so important that they're using these products, as well as helping people on the opportunity side. I'm a coach and a financial advisor, and so by heart. And so for me, it's easy to help people succeed and reach their goals and be successful. So that's how I go about launching. But again, find out what you're passionate about. Obviously, if you're a hairstylist, doing blowout events would be more in your realm as far as a launch. So maybe you do at your salon, you have an event on a Friday night where you're going to launch a blowout, and you have discounted blowouts that you do to help get people in and get them to see the product, and you're still helping people. Share the love. So on here, you're going to go through and just answer these questions. And really what you're trying to do here is just figure out what your story is and get open-ended questions so that you're being 100% authentic in who you are and what you're trying to convey. So read through these, and then you're going to go through and you're going to write down your story and open-ended questions to get to the root of how you're going to go through and speak with people on this product. Select sampling. Go ahead and read through this. And let's talk about sampling a little bit here. So what I've found is that it's easy for you to stand behind and say, let me give you a sample and then sign up. Well, we need to be 100% honest in the fact that it may take a while before they see positive results. Your body is going to go through a cleansing period. Typically, it could take 30 to 90 days when you're using the product, and everybody is different. Now, we've seen great success on the first wash where their hair looks a lot better and it continues to improve. But you are going to have some people that don't like the wash the first time, or that overuse the product and use too much and don't like the feeling. So it really is not the best idea to go out and give samples in most situations. The best conversation to have is going to be, I understand that you like this product because, and again, this is where we go through the need selling. We're going to figure out what it is that they need and how can we help them. Now, you're not really going to see much difference from one sample because your hair is going to go through a cleansing process. But that's what's so great about MONAT. It has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So let's get you signed up. And if for any reason towards the end of the 30 days you decide this isn't a good fit for you, then we can look at the money back guarantee. However, I will tell you it has less than a 1% return rate. So the likelihood that you're going to return this is very, very small. And then you're going to add them or make sure they're added to the MONAT testimonial Facebook page so that they could see all of the testimonies that are there, and it'll make them feel more confident in proceeding with that order. Because again, it's not going to make much difference for them typically with one sample, and it's going to become very, very expensive for you to continue giving out samples, and the follow-up has to be super, super good when you're giving the sampling, or you will not end up getting them to sign on. Then we're just going to go through and look at the next phases here. So we promise you will not be able to keep your fingers out of your hair. So this goes through the process as far as what they need to be told when they're going through the process of their their MONAT systems. And that's really important that we have this conversation with them, because a lot of the customers do overuse the product because they're used to having to use a lot. But these are super, super concentrated, very little water that are in them. And so they can use a lot less and it goes a lot further. So we need to make sure that they're clear they're using maybe a dime size of the shampoo and conditioner. And that way they're not over applying. Also with the mask, the same thing. Very, very little. You don't want to use a lot, or their hair, if they don't wash it out completely, could not feel the way that they want it to. So make sure that we're educating them on very little use of the product so that they're not overusing. And then you want to read all of this talking about the follow-up. So after they've started the product, you want to make sure that you're looking out to them, or if they haven't started the product, you want to follow up with them and get them to the point where they are. And then if they are using the product, you want to ask them about their experience with the hair and find out how you can help them maybe with some other products and continue them having a great experience with MONAT. And then you want to really dig deep into your Smart Start plan, and that is in the Google Drive folder, and then it is on the website as far as a video that's going to take you through that. You may want to watch it a couple times because you can make a lot of extra money in this first Smart Start period. Your Smart Start period starts the month that you start plus the 2 next full months. So you want to get on board as soon as possible and start getting those numbers up. So you can read through this with the Smart Start. It shows you here the Smart Start neighborhood that you can accomplish, and that should be your goal within your Smart Start period, is that you get through the neighborhood. And neighborhood is where you have a total of 12 VIPs and 3 MPs in your Smart Start period. If you do that, you have a really, really good chance, or a really good opportunity to earn a lot of extra bonuses. So please go through this workbook. If you haven't, you really want to sit down and go through this. You want to get very detailed and you want to keep it with you at all times. That's what's going to make you successful in this business. And send a copy and reach out to your upline so that they can assist you as well.